Well, it's Friday, baby. And we're going to get to the tea, but firstly, I want to talk about a news story that was very hard for me to read up on and digest last night. But before we get to that story, because it is Fuck Around and Find Out Friday, I have something that I need to say. Yesterday, I only made 3 videos. And for the most part, they were comedic videos. We were having a good time and laughing. I just spent the night with my grandbaby, playing and having a good time. I was in a good mood yesterday. And on these comedic videos that I was making, people got up in the comment section to ask me, some of them said nicely, would I please talk about what's going on in Bibb County, Alabama. But some of you, and one in particular, baby, your comment rubbed me the wrong way because you came at me sideways on Throat Punch Thursday of all days with an attitude to ask me why I'm not talking about what's going on in Alabama, my very own home state. Firstly, this is my page, and I talk about what the hell I want to talk about when the hell I want to talk about it. Secondly, did it not occur to you, with all the times that I've talked about my own experiences with SA and being trafficked, did it never occur to you that these particular kind of stories might be triggering for me? That never crossed your mind? You just assumed because I've told my story freely that I'm just okay with talking about stories like this every day, that it must be easy for me? It's bad enough I wake up every day in a country where my president is actually guilty of these kind of crimes, these kind of atrocities that I've had to suffer, that 70 million people came out to vote for the exact kind of person who did those exact kind of atrocities to me. Every day is fucking triggering for me. So it's not easy for me to open up and read these stories about these things happening to these children. Sometimes I must take a minute. So excuse the hell out of me for not waking up after having a great time with my son and grandson and immediately reporting a damn story to you where the individuals in the story were trafficking and abusing in the most cruel ways children aged from 3 to 10. Excuse me if that wasn't the first fucking thing that I wanted to do with my day. How dare you? How dare you tell me what the hell I can and cannot talk about? How dare you insist that I relive my trauma to bring you a news story? And the caucasity of it all, when I went on your comment and went back to see your page, you don't even post videos. You don't even have the cojones to open up the app and say what the hell you need to say. But you want to push me? How dare you? How dare you? You're on the wrong page here. You need to move the hell on. Because I ain't got time for people like you. You don't get to tell me what the hell I want to talk about. You don't get to pick and choose what traumas I get to relive every fucking day with a news story. Now that I've got that off my chest for this Fuck Around and Find Out Friday, by the way, I've already blocked that fucking individual. I don't have time for that. You don't get to come on my page and push me the fuck around. This is my house. Now, let's get to the story. Now, a lot of you know this, and the reason you follow me is because of my critical thinking skills. I don't just take a story that the right has reported on and fly with it. I don't just take a story that the left has reported on and just fly with it. I like to read both sides. I like to know what the far left thinks of a situation, the far right thinks of a situation, the people in the middle think of a situation, and then I apply my own critical thinking skills to come up with my conclusions for my commentary, how I feel about a story. After reading everything I could research and digging into everything I could find about these people, I've now formed a fucking opinion and some commentary for the story. The story is coming out of Bibb County, Alabama, which is up close to where Tuscaloosa is. I'm on the Gulf Coast. My family is from the far north of Alabama. I do have friends that live in Tuscaloosa. Bibb County is in that area. They busted what they believed to be a child sex trafficking ring. Now, the far right is reporting this as, of course, an immigration problem and a cartel problem. That's right. The far right is reporting that the Department of Homeland Security has joined in the investigation because they believe this is the Sinaloa cartel. That immediately did not check with me. Immediately did not check with me. So I did my research. And I'm just going to show you their mug shots. Firstly, what do we have here? White woman, white man, white woman, white man, white man, white man, one brown guy. One brown guy. Since when is the Sinaloa cartel mostly white? Secondly, the next thing you need to know is that the children that are currently involved in this situation that range from the ages of 3 to 10 or 12 years old, the people you see in those mug shots, they're their children. Their very own children. That's right. This woman, this white woman, and this white woman right here, and their husbands, dear, and friends, they decided to do this to their own children. This has nothing to do with the Sinaloa cartel. At all. This has to do with very, very sick and disturbed individuals who would do this to their own children. The reports are saying that they were drugged by the brown guy, Mr. Trejo, and tied to beds and poles inside of a bunker, which used to be a basement. This was triggering for me because I escaped from a basement bunker being tied, drugged, and chained. This was a very hard story for me to read. It brought back a whole lot of bad memories. The reason this all came to light is because 2 of the children involved were caught touching each other by a teacher or something. And of course, this set off alarm bells. And the children explained to the DHR people that this had been done to them. They don't have all the details of everything because the children were drugged, apparently. So there's only so much that they remember. I know what that feels like. Not to mention some of these children were very young. All the way down to the age of 3. And their mothers were allowing them to have this happen to them, and their fathers too. They were shocked with dog collars, their genitals were tortured. It's disgusting. I'm not going to go into all the details of it because I can't say it again. I had to read enough of it. It is disturbing. It is disgusting. And it has nothing to do with a fucking cartel. And it has everything to do with these disgusting, monstrous people thinking that they can get away with these crimes because we watch daily, our very own president getting away with crimes of sexual abuse. Now he's considering pardoning a woman who did things like this to children. So all of these disgusting monsters feel emboldened to do crimes like this, that they'll get away with it. And they do. A lot. A whole lot. Especially if they have fucking money and power like our president. Now, you can research the story and read all the graphic details if you want to, but I've said all I'm going to say about this today. And I'm going to try to move on to the next story.